Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you for joining in, all the nominees, my executive board members, and we have some members from the community, PYF community as well. Thank you for joining in today. It's time for the new board to come in, and exactly our time is up now. We have been there for 3 years now. It wasn't supposed to be this long, but it got extended due to various conditions. However, we are now in the process to finally getting the new board elected and having a new team on, bringing in new ideas, uh, getting in uh, more events that support our community and making a better and a bigger impact. Therefore, just before we start, um, I would just like to share some highlights about the election process. We sent out a nomination form where anyone and everyone who wanted to run for a position would fill out the form. There were 7 positions: chairperson, general secretary, joint secretary, head of education, health, media, and special projects that one would would nominate themselves in for. The steps for nomination was pretty much easy. You fill out the form, you pass the screening process that is done by our advisory board. And the election committee. Then you get a chance to pitch. That's the day, which is today, where we do a live session. It's a recorded session as well, which is shared with the members, those who aren't able to make it or did not make it, and later they'll be able to see the recorded video. And when the forms are shared with them, they'll have 5 days to elect the nominee they think will be the right candidate for the position. Uh, Here on, you secure votes for yourself once you pitch in your ideas, what you want to bring to PYF, how you want to, what are your goals and visions to see where PYF, to take PYF. Therefore, you secure your votes here, you clear the final selection process, and you are on board. Obviously, before getting on board, the committee has a session with the whole new election board to hand over the documents, to explain the processes, to support them. Obviously, our whole board is going to be there for some time with you guys to support in whichever positions you are, and to explain you some of the situations that might come in and the process that you guys need to follow. That's something not to worry about now. It's a call out for vote session, and we would like you all to just say your heart out. It's community work. We do this to bring betterment to the society, to develop ourselves, to help people grow around you. And we just want that mindset on board and do our best, give our best to the community. Before we go on to speak, some guideline for the candidates. Each candidate is allowed to speak for 3 to 4 minutes. If you exceed, that's all right. We can give you at the end, once all the candidates have spoken, we can give you some time there. During the session, introduce yourselves, who you are, what you're doing, speak about your vision and mission, and how you want to contribute to PYF and PAD, PYF, PAD. No political discussions, of course, and members will get a chance to ask some questions at the end of the session. Speaking of which, the first and foremost is the chairperson. So the election of the chairperson is a little different to the other board members. We started last year as an election and selection process for the chairperson, where we do get the candidates through the form. However, once the forms are received, the nominees are received to us, we review them ourselves. There's an election board, there's an advisory board, and the PY executive board itself. There's a group of 12 to 15 people who reviews these, and we are able to select a candidate. However, for the other positions, the other 6 positions, the election process is pretty much the same. We get the candidates, we review them, we send them an acceptance, and furthermore, they attend a call out for vote session, which is today. So once the session ends, voting link is shared for all the members, and they will be able to vote and select the candidate. So here, our chairperson who got selected is, of course, Aqsa Adil. Aqsa Adil has been a very active PYF board member with us. She was leading the head of special projects position, which is very close to me because I always see as youth that they should always contribute to each and every position, each and every event where they can, to bring in exciting collaborations, to make a difference, to make a larger impact. Of course, the other positions also make an impact. However, the head of special projects is a is a part of PYF where we try to bring in external collaborations where a bigger impact can be made. So therefore, we had some candidates, and Aksa was the one who selected from it. So congratulations, Aksa. Would you like to share some words with us, please?
Yes. Hello, assalamu alaikum, everyone. Good evening, dear PYF family. By way of introduction, my name is Aksa. Most of you may already be familiar with me, but if you're new to the Pakistan Youth Forum, then I'm excited for get to know one another. A little bit about myself. I'm a lawyer by profession, a baker friend, and a community worker at heart through and through, which is what has brought me to here to this wonderful organization and community. I grew up here in the UAE. I went to school here. I got my LLB degree from Middlesex University in Dubai in 2019. I now practice law at a local law firm in Dubai called Galadari Advocates and Legal Consultants. I have two younger sisters and two pet cats, one of whom we've had as a member of our family and grew up with for almost 15 years, who just recently passed away due to old age. And but I'm here today, even though it has been very emotionally taxing. So I hope that shows you my commitment to my role and my organization. Further, I've been involved in various social projects during my school and university years, and most recently, apart from the Pakistan Association Dubai, I was selected to be one of the girls in the cohort of 2019-2020 for E7 Banat, which is Daughters of the Emirates initiative, wherein 30 Emirati and long-term UAE resident girls ages 19-25 are selected to be a part of an incubator program where we lead and execute social projects. I got to soft launch an educational initiative called Power Up, and my team and I won the highest funding at the pitch. I am here running to be the next chairperson on the executive board of Pakistan Youth Forum, which is, as you know, the official youth wing of Pakistan Association Dubai. And I've been associated with the organization since 2019, first as a member and volunteer, then of course, as Ilan was mentioning, in my role as the head of special projects and youth empowerment on the executive board of Pakistan Youth Forum since 2020. I'm also involved in various other initiatives and wings of the Pakistan Association Dubai. And it has been an absolute honor for me to be able to represent the Pakistani youth and in the Pakistan Youth Forum and in the association as a whole in my role as the head of special projects in our community. And I look forward to further serve the community in my new role as the chairperson. I would like to tell you a little bit about what I was doing in my role as the head of special projects in the last 3 years. I was able to kickstart certain new initiatives, the key initiatives ranging from charity related, such as our really big collaboration with Sahim. I'm not sure if many of you are familiar with Sahim. So what we were doing with Sahim is that we were providing them volunteers from within our PYF member community for their food drive, and our volunteers packed hundreds and hundreds of food packs and delivered them across the country with other volunteers of Sahim to the recipients. And then together Together with my team, I started a panel talk called the Young Professional Panel, wherein people from within our member community would speak on various career related topics to encourage and enlighten the upcoming generation. We also started an informal chai pe bate, and which quite a few of you have also attended, where we get together at the very famous Brick Cafe at the Pakistan Association Dubai every now and then to just simply talk, play games, discuss various topics. Next time, if you hear about our informal chai pe bate, I hope to see you there next time. The aim of this is to bring the community together and to support the Brick Cafe. So, if a lot of you don't know, the proceeds of the Brick Cafe go to maintaining the Pakistan Medical Center, where people from across the UAE can be provided free healthcare if they're unable to afford it, regardless of whether they're Pakistani or not. And that is the beauty of the Pakistan Medical Center. And the Pakistan Medical Center within the Pakistan Association Dubai is the first non-profit medical center in the region. Then we've had our poetry and open mic sessions, which have also been very popular with our members. And we got to see how very talented all of you are. Along with this, the Special Projects team has also conducted various career related workshops in collaboration with career experts. And like Arsalan was mentioning, the Special Projects team also supports the various other sub teams as well. And we work together as a team. Now, in my new role as chairperson, I intend to continue with these initiatives while launching for new exciting projects for our members and community at large and take the Pakistan Youth Forum to newer and greater heights, inshallah. While doing that, I promise to lead with my heart. And as my favorite female leader, Jacinda Ardern of recent times, rightly said, that one of the criticisms I have received over the years is that I'm not aggressive enough or assertive enough, or maybe somehow because I'm empathetic, it means I'm weak. I totally rebel against that. I refuse to believe that you cannot be both compassionate and strong. So, in my role as chairperson, I truly believe that teamwork makes the dream work. And I want my new executive board team to know that I'm always on their team and they can always count on me. We will definitely set a new benchmark for the Pakistan Youth Forum together as one team. And for our members who make us who we are and for whom we do what we do, I want you to know that I will always keep your best interests in mind and make sure to lead the new executive board with kindness and compassion always. Thank you, and I can't wait to get started and for all of us to work together, inshallah.
Thank you so much, Aksa, and we expect greater and better things ahead, inshallah, from you and your team. And so now,
Inshallah.
moving on to the um, next position where we have the head of special projects. So we have two guys running, Mohammed Junaid and Aman Shad. And I would like one of them, I think we can start alphabetically. So Aman can start. Aman, you have the floor to
Perfect.
unmute and speak. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. First of all, hi everyone. It's great to see you all here. And it's nice to see some familiar faces here as well. Great to have you all here. Thank you so much. So let me tell you a bit about me. So my name is Aman Shad, and I'm running for the head of special projects. I am 21 years old, and I was born and raised here in the UAE. I recently graduated from the American University of Georgia with a major in management information systems. And I have an interest in traveling. I love to travel a lot. I really like skateboarding, reading, meeting new people. I'm very passionate about entrepreneurship, and I'm a huge foodie. Similar to Aksa, I also have two cats. So yeah, I just found that very interesting. And yeah, so I have been involved with many events and organizations here in the UAE. I have been part of the world's largest youth organization called Isaac, where I was also recently the head of business development. I was part of uh, programs by an organization called Injaz Al Arab here in the UAE, where I had the opportunity to pitch multiple startup ideas over the past few years, and some of which I also received awards for. I received awards for startup with the most socially impactful startup, and also startup of the year. And I was fortunate enough to represent the UAE in a regional startup competition as well. I have been a student mentor at the American University of Sharjah and a startup advisor as well in a few student organizations. And I've also been a part of many charity drives. I've been a part of Ramadan campaigns, food drives, blood donation drives, and many more. So when it comes to some of the goals that I have through my position here at PYF, hopefully, would be to essentially bring people together and give them opportunities to excel and upskill and have a strong Pakistani youth community. So even though I'm from Pakistan, even though I was born and raised here, I never really felt a strong connection to the Pakistani community in the sense that I didn't really have a large number of Pakistani youth around me, and that's something that I want to change for everyone. And I want to really change through my role at PYF, and I want it to be one of the greatest youth communities here in the UAE, the greatest and most impactful. One thing I've always known, and what I also realized during my recent visit to Pakistan, was while visiting friends and cousins, was how ambitious, driven, and creative the Pakistani youth are. And I want to create a space where our youth can follow their goals, they follow their goals and ambitions, and have the support and resources to do so. Some hopeful campaigns that I want to have and event ideas are networking events. I believe as all of us grow and move forward in our careers and personal lives, it's very important to have mentors and people you can get guidance from. And there are very strong Pakistani personalities, people who have achieved a lot, and people we can learn a lot from within the Pakistani community. So I want to have many networking events where everyone can benefit from the knowledge and wisdom. I want to have a startup incubator where people can bring in their ideas, develop and work on their ideas, and hopefully bring their ideas to life. I want to have fun social events such as quality nights, competitions, whether it's a cooking competition or a filmmaking competition, many social nights and events. I want to bring events which really celebrate the Pakistani culture and make people more in tune with our Pakistani background. And one thing we could also do is possibly collaborate with the Pakistan Youth Parliament back in Pakistan, where I know there's many positive Pakistani youth role models as well. We could have many fundraising campaigns for the underprivileged, many skill development workshops, even with digital literacy as we are moving towards a more technology-driven world. Many sports tournaments and community service events as well. So in short, what really want to bring and have is a strong community of youth where all of us can grow, develop, and learn together. I'm someone who's a strong listener. I'm driven and passionate about what I do, and I'm always here to support the youth. Of course, all of these are just a few ideas which I thought of, but I'm sure there will be a lot more creative ideas that all of us can work on together. And yeah, that was a bit about me. And yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Aman. That's wonderful to hear from you. A lot of things, a lot of projects in your mind, and that's great. Junaid, can we hear from you now?
Of course, thank you so much, Arslan. Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm Mohammed Junaid. I am currently an undergraduate student at the American University of Sharjah, majoring in computer science. I am expected to graduate in 3 months, and I'm applying for the position of head of special projects. A bit about myself. I've also been born and raised in UAE. I've completed my high school and university education over here. And I have been involved with leadership positions from my high school up to my university. I was UAE's youth delegate to COP27 in Sharm el Sheikh, Egypt, where I was representing Ministry of Climate Change. And I was president of the Pakistani Culture Club at American University of Sharjah, where I was leading various events where we were telling them, expressing our culture, marketing our culture, and telling others how what Pakistani culture is. Currently, I'm the Secretary General of AUSMUN, which is the region's largest model United Nations. I am an ambassador for Student Energy Summit 2023, which is the world's largest youth-led energy summit program. And as I'm advising on logistics for conference of Youth 18 happening in UAE, aligned with COP28. So these are a few things that I've been involved with. And with PIF, I've been involved with almost for 2 years now. It was post-COVID times where I was assisting Bushra and co-leading on the education projects. We had the Zoom series, we had a lot of school visits and all of that. And I even joined AXA for the Sahim uh, drive that we had. So it's been an amazing experience in PYF and as a member of um, the organization. The reason I really want to join PYF is one thing that I've learned about myself over the years is that um, I really love giving back to the community, and topics such as youth empowerment are really close to my heart because there's so many capable young individuals who do not reach their potential just because they don't have the right environment or the right medium to do so. And the reason I want to join the special projects team is that I think it's really important for youth to have platforms where they can develop their skills, they can gain knowledge, and reach their potentials. Some of the projects that I have in mind and that I have vision for the upcoming 2 years include a company program where an incubator program where we connect individuals who have great startup ideas to industry, and they can be funded, they can be mentored, and they can learn from the people who do it on their day-to-day life. The second thing would be a PYF-MUN, which would allow them to learn about current affairs, develop their public speaking skills. It's something that was done in PYF in the past, but this is something that I really want to continue because I personally believe that MUNs are a really great medium for young individuals to develop and foster. And additionally, I really want to incorporate the Pakistani youth that we have in upcoming COP28. So there's a youth hub at COP28 where we can submit projects, we can submit ideas where students can go up and talk, or even in COI 18, which is the largest youth conference in the world. And they can present their ideas or at least be part of it and learn about climate change and the diplomats and the people who are over there. So these are a few ideas that I had in mind, and I'm pretty sure that there's going to be an amazing board who will be working together and achieving greater things. And I'm really excited, and even though I'm really excited to be part of the election process, and I'm really looking forward to being part of the PYF team. Thank you so much, Arslan, and thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Junaid. It was great hearing. It was actually great hearing from both of you. I mean, the head of special projects is a very special position. Once again, getting different collaborations on board, having those ideas and trying to get those connections. And I'm sure you guys will find the right support at PAD, at our parent organization, Pakistan Association Dubai, to get these done. So all the best to both of you. You guys have great ideas, great vision for the position, for the positions you're applying, and that's the actual requirement. Therefore, we'll move on to our next position, which is the head of health, Dr. Zainab. Dr. Zainab has been a long-serving member and volunteer of PYF, and Dr. Zainab, please, you have the floor.
Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum. So for all of you who don't know me, my name is Zainab Khan and I am a doctor by profession. Currently, I'm finishing my specialization in psychiatry and I will be running for the head of healthcare post. So I've been a part of PYF. I've participated in various programs since about 2015-16. I'm fortunate enough to have been a member and see the works of the previous head of healthcare position post holders like Jamila, Ikra, and most recently, obviously, Shaista as well. Now, we as doctors have one basic mantra, which is prevention is better than cure. And everyone knows that the first step towards prevention is awareness. So just like my predecessors, during my term as head of health, I aim to spread awareness regarding various health issues which are prevalent across our community, be it within UAE or conditions which are common towards UAE and Pakistan as well. Rivers are not carved in a single day, and communication always starts from point A. I believe any and every person that we are able to reach out and pass a message to will become a reservoir for information, which will eventually reach to a larger population. So during my term, with the help of this institution that I will be linked to, I aim to make multiple small efforts in the attempt of creating a larger scale impact. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Zainab. I'm sure you'll be a great head of health here. You have the experience and You have been with the right people, Ikra and Isma, our previous head of health, Dr. Jamila, and I'm sure, inshallah, you'll bring great things to PYF.
I just want to add, I was actually making it very short for, because I thought it should be really short. I have additionally worked in Emirates Medical Student Society as well, and the aim for the institution was to also raise awareness and bring light to a lot of healthcare issues that were prevalent. So apart from PYF, I have also worked in creating healthcare collaborative events, etc., and reach out to the community across during my medical school as well. So, there's that experience that comes along with it as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And all of those experiences will be used in the right track to create a bigger impact in the community, inshallah. Thank you very much. Next up, we have the head of education, Aisha. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to make it. She was traveling, so I did request her to send in a short video, and she did. So let's hear out from her.
Assalamu alaikum. To begin with, I'm a Dubai born and raised Pakistani that aspires to be a change ambassador. I've been an events organizer for 2 years, been a content and academic writer since over 11 years, and take pride in saying that I've been a part of the back-end research team at the Dubai World Trade Center exhibitions. Learning the importance of community service since elementary school and being actively involved in various campaigns, I began to develop a passion to serve the community. Today, I feel joy in organizing various campaigns ranging from charity events to educational conferences and public speaking sessions. Commencing my path with a passion in minoring in psychology, I ended up pursuing masters in strategic management and leadership skills. My name is Aisha, and I've nominated myself to look after the educational element at the PYF. Education, in my opinion, should not be limited to books and universities, but it should be constructively implemented everywhere. I strongly believe education is a basic human right, but allowing youngsters to absorb its importance through constructive criticism is vital to creating a literate society. My vision is to build a community that ensures every child receives the gift of education, because it is not only their basic right, but an essential to leading a successful life. In the hopes of stepping up my visionary ladder, I look forward to elevate the educational service and culture through increasing awareness and participation at PYF, investing strong efforts into advocating young adults to help them pursue the right career paths. I would also love to create a platform for connecting students and organizations to open greater opportunities. Being a lifelong learner, I believe in cultivating leadership skills through implementation and empowerment, and that is exactly what I intend to do in case I'm given the opportunity to become a part of the PYF Leaders team. I seek to not just give out a message of basic education, but also implement it proactively through various strategies. Besides seeking to break stereotypes against untraditional education routes, I would love to use this platform to educate audience at large in every possible way through perseverance and forward-thinking motive. Wishing you all great success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aisha. It was great hearing from you. I would like to add, education has been a very important part of PYF, and in the recent times, the way education has changed, and Bushra has really stepped up the education game. I would like to thank her for that during my tenure. She has put in a lot of efforts that we have to move out of just the education we get in school and universities and try to educate our youngsters and youth the non-traditional way in a non-traditional way to make sure they excel and achieve what they are capable of, identifying their talents and uh, bringing in their skill sets and improving them and doing what they want and what they are really good at. So all the best to the education team. I would also like to add, sorry, Dr. Shasta has been a very important part of my health team. Uh, the health has been creating awareness throughout. During the COVID, our team went and supported the government as well along with the Pakistan Association of Dubai. So um, big shout out to all my team members. Next up is the head of media. Yeah, I would like to add here as well. When we came, COVID was at its peak, and uh, the whole organization's way of doing their events was changing. I mean, previously we had sessions that were on site, and once our term came, it was all online and really difficult to get approvals for doing the events. Actually, they were closed for about 4 or 5 months. Media played a very important role and was the backbone of our board that time and throughout our tenure. Unfortunately, Uruj Kesar isn't able to make it, so we won't be able to hear from her. However, a great shout out to Dr. Sabila's team, everyone under her. There was a different team for content writing, for identifying, for media, for creativity, and there was some absolutely great effort put in. So we have the next candidate, Joint Secretary Mr. Uzilur Rahman. Uh, During our tenure, two of our positions were left out in between due to various factors, and one of them was the Joint Secretary. We are very grateful for Uzil to come in and help us in the middle of our tenure, and seems like he enjoyed it, and he's back as our Joint Secretary. So, Uzil, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Arslan, and really happy to see Aksa back on the seat as well. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I just have a little bad throw, but I mean, I'm just gonna go for it. So I'm 23 now. I'm from Lahore originally, and I've spent a good amount of time in Pakistan, in Karachi and Lahore, both sides of Pakistan, I would say. And then I've been also spending a lot of time in Dubai. A lot of most of my secondary education was based in Dubai, and after finishing off that, I've been involved in startups. I have a startup myself right now as well, which I'm supposed to launch in Pakistan this month, and then in Dubai in 3 months' time. So apart from that, I've also been an ISEC alumni. In the past, I'm sure Aman, you remember that. And then I've been obviously, I came in as a joint secretary, and obviously in the remaining last year of operation. But like Arslan said, a lot of the work we couldn't really get done because of the COVID that came in between. So now I do have a lot of ideas that and a lot of positive energies because of the team we have. I can see a lot of great candidates. So based on that, I have a lot of positive vibe that I'm getting, and I'm hopeful that the coming tenure will be changing. It will change the image of PYF. My really I really aspire that we can push out PYF as a brand within Dubai, and make it as we could really expand our network to the max we can, and that should be our goal, among the many others that we have. So based on that, thank you so much. I'll just keep it short. So thank you, Arslan.
Thank you so much, Uzil. Excited to see you back here on the position, and hopefully getting great things done. Next up, we have the General Secretary, again an important position, and we have Huda Imran. Huda, you have the floor, please.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. I cannot show my face right now, so I hope that's okay. Anyways, a little bit about myself. My name is Huda Imran, and I am 19 years old, and I am currently studying my undergraduate at Batspa University, Ras Al Khaimah. I am doing my degree in honors in creative computing, which is an interdisciplinary degree. Apart from that, I am also a fellow cat person, like two others here, and I have 13 budgies that I take care of. Among them, I also take care of stray cats, and I have launched an NGO in the UK along with my fellow cousins to help cats around the world. When I was in my second year of university, I was actually told by someone to run for the student council for the university.
I think we lost her.
Although we are not able to
Ruslan.
hear you. Yeah. Her mic went on mute.
Wait. Yeah, you can unmute her, right? You have the.
Yes. Yes. But
I'm so sorry, I was speaking.
yeah.
Anyways, I was saying that I got elected as secretary of student council at my university in my second year, and I was responsible for keeping accurate records of all of the student council meetings, minutes, attendance, decisions made, events that we held, and I was also involved in planning and organizing events such as fundraisers, community service projects, and social events in collaboration with the outreach committee. I also worked with the admissions team at our university to introduce our programs to many schools in the UAE. And through that, I had been able to develop my interpersonal and intrapersonal skills. Now, I'm very happy to share that in my final year of university, which I'm going to start from 4th of September, I got re-elected as president of student council. And this year I will be president of student council, and I will be having more responsibilities and be organizing fun events for the community at my university. I think that's all that I have to share. Thank you.
Thank you, Huda. It was great hearing from you. Thank you, everyone, for joining in, from hearing out from our candidates and nominees for the new board. This is the question and answer session. So if any of the members have any questions, they can raise their hands. Yes, Dr. Ikra. Can we have your question, please?
Hi. Yeah. Hi, everyone. It was great hearing everyone's pitch. This question is actually open to everyone, and would just like to, whoever wants to answer the question, feel free. Just want to know who actually has a good answer, basically. So my question is, I think being a part of PYF and being a part of the board, which the ex board members would also agree with, I think the difficult part was creating teams and bringing them together, or keeping them together is the accurate word, for everyone stepping up to be heads of their respective teams. How do you guys look to overcome this? Because when we see our team members are either school students or either working professionals, so bringing them together and keeping that team together becomes a very challenging part throughout the years in PYF. So any ideas? Someone want to answer this? Thank you.
If I can go first,
Yes.
I feel like as a head, the first thing is to, know the members that will form my team. And then identify whatever, handicaps that we have. So if we have school students, we need to know what our limitations are. When we're aware of the limitations, you know what ground you're starting on, then these challenges will become a little bit easier. The second thing would be, to set short, achievable goals rather than, being over ambitious from the beginning and then losing the the essence of the entire purpose. So short, achievable goals and identifying limitations so that we're able to function most productively.
Yes, that's one of the ways to go. Absolutely. Having short goals so you're not overburdened with all the things you want to do. And instead of doing so many great things, you rather end up doing one or two great things where you can do five or six. So, Aman, you'd like to say
Sure.
something?
So of course, so that was also a great answer. I would also like to add on in the sense that I have worked with teams which you described. Some were students, some were working professionals, and some were doing both part-time as well. So one thing I realized was to really set really strong ground rules in the sense that everybody knew what their role was, and everybody knew what was expected of them. And accordingly, what we did was really understanding the expectations everybody had from the organization and understanding how much they could contribute. Some members could only dedicate 2 hours a week, whereas some could dedicate 10. So what we did was we actually tailored a lot of what we did and a lot of the tasks we gave to everyone based on everybody's capabilities and availabilities. So maybe if we do something similar moving forward, I believe that could work because that way everybody would have a chance to contribute however much they can, and then we would be getting hopefully maximum attendance from the many different members. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Aman. Yes, Aksa, you would like to say something?
Yes, I just wanted to add to what Zainab said. Identifying our limitations and setting achievable goals is very important. Along with that, it's very important to be more solution oriented and instead of focusing on the problem, look at the solution and the end goal. And keeping in mind the fact that we are here to serve the community, and that allows us to then basically filter out the noise and not look at the divisions and the differences and focus on our mutual goal, which is to serve PYF and lift it to newer heights. And like how Aman was mentioning, that different volunteers can devote different hours to different initiatives, and that's totally okay. But I wanted to add one thing, which is that the core team has to ensure and make sure that they come with they're aware of the fact that in order for you to be on the executive board and to work for PYF and to take it to greater heights, um, a lot of time and effort is required. We may not require the same effort and time from volunteers, and the volunteers' hours and time can differ. But as a team, it's very important that we're all on the same page and bringing the same effort and hours, putting in the same hours to the initiative, because that's the only way we'll be able to walk forward together when we're walking together, as opposed to leaving one executive board member is a little further behind us and the other one is going further ahead. We have to walk hand in hand and work as a team together. So the hours being different doesn't really apply to the executive board, which is what I wanted to put out there. Otherwise, like everybody said, focusing on making sure that we know what our limitations are, working towards the goal is very important, and being more solution oriented as opposed to focusing on the problem.
Huda, you would like to add something?
Yes, actually. Through my background and when I was secretary last year for my student council, our university community is actually such a diverse background that I was faced with constant challenges in trying to make a point or to try to represent the Pakistani community that we had over there. And I believe that by overcoming all of those challenges there, I believe that I am like fully prepared to overcome the diversity issues that we'll have here. And I think that proactively communicating with each other on the team and knowing where you're coming from is very crucial to work together towards a common goal.
All right, thank you, Huda. The most important point is understanding your team members and adjusting with them and trying to understand their point of view, where you don't get in a deadlock. And if you do, if there is something, you always need to head out to another team member and ask them that this is the situation and what should we do. So being a leader, Aksa will be playing a very vital role in making sure that each group is functional in its way and it's performing and they understand each other very well. So can any other question? Aksa, your hands up again.
Yeah, I wanted to add to that, and I had a question as well for Huda particularly. So what I wanted to add was, Arsalan is absolutely right. It's like I mentioned in my pitch as well. It's so important for a leader to make sure that we're working together as one team. And when we realize that our goal is the same, then we're able to work together more in a more like very positive manner together. If we keep thinking about अच्छा ये एक team है ये एक team है तो उससे आप साथ नहीं चल सकते. You have to keep PYF in mind. You can't keep thinking that, oh, I'm only the education head of education, so my priority is only that. Or if I'm head of special projects, my priority is only that. There have been times when, as a team, we've had to step in for one another, which is also very important to do. So you have to step in and make sure that you're supporting your other heads in order to be able to run PYF smoothly. It's not only about running education smoothly, special projects smoothly, or media or health. It's about running PYF smoothly and taking it to greater heights. So when we work together as one team, all of this, all these issues that may come up, because issues तो आएंगे. जब different लोग किसी चीज पे काम करते हैं, there are going to be difference of opinions. There's going to be, you will have such issues that will come up, but it's all about working together. My question for Huda is that, given the fact that she's currently in different leadership positions in university, how do you, Huda, intend on, and have you thought about how you're going to be devoting your time to PYF? And do you think you'd be able to manage it? And what do you think? How do you think you'll be able to manage that? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Um, I also would like to add to this is that coming from a very diverse background, and I wanted to work with a like-minded team because I've been part of many communities since I was born and raised in the UAE. So I've been part of the Filipino community, I've been part of the Indian community, but I have always found less Pakistanis around me, and I haven't had that much exposure apart from attending a Pakistani school. And as for the answer to your question, I believe that time management is very crucial in managing a leadership position, you know? So apart from the positions that I had in university, I was also volunteers in many organizations, and volunteering for small events as well. So I've devoted my time quite nicely, and I have also completed my year 2 in distinction. So I believe that I devote my time really nicely. I don't think there
That's
will be
very
any.
nice to hear.
Right. MJ has his hands raised up for quite some time now.
Hi everyone. So this is Junaid. I just didn't want to keep the same name as the other Mohammed Junaid we have on call to avoid any confusions. So a few of you might be familiar with me. I have a bit of experience working with the PYF in the past. I had a question generally for the overall team and maybe more so for Aksa. I wanted to understand, this is an issue we have faced probably in the past, wherein we have not been able to have enough, let's say, engagement to the point that there are enough people stepping up to take up these leadership roles, let's say, for the upcoming board. Now, as we can see on this team as well, or let's say as part of this election as well, fine, I really like the background that you guys have come from, and I've loved hearing whatever each of you had to say about your plans. And yes, frankly speaking, there's a lot of plans, good. But I wanted to understand, how do you think, or what do you plan? Because this is a question for maybe 2 years down the line. but whatever work you need to put in has to be put in from day one. So how do you guys plan on putting up, let's say, something sustainable enough that you have multiple people eager enough, passionate enough to come in and take up these future leadership roles after your board, let's say, is ready to hand over to the next team?
Yes, I'll start, and if anybody else from the new executive board wants to pitch in, more than welcome to. I think what I would like to say is the fact that I do understand that right now, as you can see, obviously, our nominations are not as many as we would have liked for them to be, which is the reality, and we're not shying away from that. What I would like to do as the chairperson, with the support of my wonderful executive board team, is that I would like for Pakistan Youth Forum to be more to have a bigger social media presence, which is one of my key goals as I take on this position, because there's a lot that Pakistan Youth Forum does behind the scenes and a lot of initiatives that we conduct, but I don't think it's reflected on our social media presence the same way we would like for it to. So once we build that sort of social media presence, जैसे I mean Pakistan Association Dubai की कितनी बड़ी presence है, people around our community are familiar with it. Maybe if you think about it, 15 years ago from now, Pakistan Association Dubai की भी presence इतनी ज़्यादा नहीं थी, social media presence, which has been able to lure more people into the association in different wings, in different capacities. And I think the same way Pakistan Youth Forum will be able to do the same once we have that sort of strong social media presence. And also, given the fact that right now, as you can see, our candidates come from different backgrounds, so they'll be bringing their own set of members into our pool as well. So Aman and Junaid come from the American University of Sharjah. We have Huda, who's coming from a university in Ras Al Khaimah. So they'll all be bringing in, and I encourage them to bring in their own set of members and friends to join the community, encourage them to become active members of our community, so that 2 years from now, we don't face the same issue that we've been facing in the last couple of years. We have more member engagement, and at the end of the 2 year tenure, we have maybe more than two, three, four candidates who are signing up for the same position, inshallah. And that is my goal as the chairperson. And I'm sure with the support of my team, we'll be able to do that and more, inshallah.
Ikra, you had your hand up first, so.
Yeah, hi. I I have a similar question actually. My question's for Aksa, that she asked Huda. My question is because I understand, like I've been following Aksa. She's been working with the PYF previously. She's been in the previous executive board. Now she's also in the board of the hub team, as well as she has a full-time job. How do you look on to balancing this with being the chairperson of PYF?
Great question. And I think Arsalan will be able to vouch for my accountability and my attendance, regardless of my really tough, strenuous job. I have been very active, present, and despite the fact that the association is involving me in other initiatives as well, Pakistan Youth Forum is my first priority, which I'm very clear about, which Arsalan and I have discussed in the past as well. Pakistan Youth Forum is my first priority when it comes to giving back to the community or to be involved in Pakistan Association Dubai in any way whatsoever. And I would like to correct that I'm not on the board for the Hub 47 initiative, and not even in their core team. I support a very small function of their team. So my first priority is definitely is Pakistan Youth Forum, which is something that Asilan and I have already discussed in the past and have had clarified our intentions and our goals and our vision. So Pakistan Youth Forum is my first priority, and with work and of course the busy schedule that I do have, I don't think in the last 3 years Pakistan Youth Forum has been neglected in any way from my end, and I'm sure Uzil, Arsalan, and Shaista, who are on this call right now, will be able to support that answer as well. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. We had a discussion during the scrutinizing and the selection of the chairperson, that what positions they are currently holding, what they are doing, and what will be their preference in terms of joining PYF once they have joined. What will be their preference? So the preference should always be PYF as it does require some time, meetings, getting the planning done, things in advance. And we have had discussions regarding this, and absolutely Aksa has been on board with us. Aman, you want to answer, and then we can have the answer from Junaid.
Thank you so much. So this is just to answer Junaid's question. First of all, Aksa, great answer. So the thing is, when it comes to like basically new people getting onto the board, I think it's very important to build a very strong pipeline while you're in the role itself. So, for example, if Aksa is going to be the chairperson for the upcoming term, then it's very important that through the 2 years, she builds a strong pipeline for new members who can really take up that role. And that includes training those new members and really seeing which member would be a great fit for this. Because I believe when somebody wants to take up a particular leadership role, they look at the current leaders within that position. So it's the leader's job of whatever department they're part of, or whether it's the whole organization, that they should really inspire the team that they're working with, and really dedicate a strong amount of time where they can really show everyone what the responsibilities would be like, what the impact that the organization is having, and how how the position is open to for everyone to take up the role for. Because I know a lot of people who in student organizations I've been a part of, who have the drive, who are very motivated, but they're hesitant to take up their leadership role because they don't know what the outcome might be or how they perform in that role. So I think building a strong pipeline is very important. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Aman. Junaid, can we hear from you?
Thank you so much. I absolutely agree with Aksa and Aman on Jane's question. Just to add on to that, there are really many students out there who really want to make a change and want to be part of the leadership roles they have, but they do not know about PYF, or they can come and make a change. Like from my own, like last year I served as the president of the Pakistani Culture Club, and my own executive board didn't know about the PYF and what they do or how can they be part of it. So I think so one thing that we really need to do as a board together is to market it more, to get these student organizations that we have all around UAE. So they're really scattered around. And one thing that I really want to focus on as well together, regardless of if I'm selected or not, is to get all of these different culture clubs together, because they represent different emirates, different student organizations, and once they can work together, they can come up with large scale events that allow us to exhibit the Pakistani culture more. So I think so getting into the student organizations, the schools, and the universities would be one of the ways of doing that. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, and I would like to add to that that any marketing is not complete marketing. I mean, still there are people who don't know about the Pakistan Association Dubai itself, and that's just purely because they don't either have the time, or they don't know, or they don't have any presence on the social media, or they don't follow the news, or there are a lot of reasons. And absolutely, taking charge of marketing, spreading the work around is the goal of the whole board. It should be the goal of the whole board, whoever is coming in, to make sure that they have marketed themselves, their position, the organization, and what the organization does and what it intends to do in the future. And that's very important. Can we have one last question, please? And then we'll come to conclude the session. No one? All right, then that concludes our call out for vote session here. It was absolutely amazing from hearing all the nominees, candidates, uh, diverse fields, diverse experience, major experiences. I think some have international experience as well, and really glad to see you guys coming up, stepping up, taking this position. But it's very important to know that whatever you are doing here, either it be big or small, each and every contribution matters, because the goal is to give back to the society and to make sure that we deliver the message or the experience we went through to the new youngsters, to the new people, and make sure that they have the right skill set once they are coming out in the market, and they are groomed, they are professionally built, they have the right skills, they have leadership qualities, they have management qualities, all the soft skills that we can work on. And thank you very much for joining us. For our members, we have some past members, some executive board members as well, and to my board as well for coming in and joining. Here's the voting link. It will be shared tonight by email with everyone. And Aksa, do you want to say something? You have your hand up.
Yeah, I just wanted to add one more thing because since Junaid and Aman are running for my previous position, I just wanted to say a few words of encouragement to the both of them. I remember when I first spoke to the two of them a couple of months ago, and I saw the same enthusiasm and passion that I see in both of them today as well, which is the reason why I had reached out to the two of them in the very first place as well. And I just want to say that regardless of the outcome, I hope the both of you remain to be engaged, actively engaged in the Pakistan Youth Forum, and bring your community, the Pakistani community from American University of Sharjah, to the Pakistan Youth Forum, regardless of the outcome. And you both continue to work actively for Pakistan Youth Forum, regardless of the outcome, because I truly believe that both of you have amazing potential. And if we could have both of you as the head of special projects, I would. So I'm really, really grateful for that you both have signed up for this position and you're running for this position. So thank you again for considering this, for running for it, and for your time. And that was it. Thank you.
Thank you, Aksa. Junaid and Aman, you guys can have your words and then we'll conclude.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Aksa. We really hope that we can do as good of a job as you did, and we can bring in better collaborations, better milestones, and really take the special projects to the next level. As a matter of fact, Aman and I are friends from the university, and we both were surprised when we saw each other over here. So one thing I can say about Aman myself, that he's an amazing individual. I've seen him work, and he is passionate. He really loves giving back to the community. And even though if it's not me, if it's him, I'll be more than happy to work with him, to work with all of you. And I'm really looking forward to this experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Junaid and Aksa. First of all, thank you, Aksa, for the words of encouragement. Really appreciate it. And Junaid just took the words right out of my mouth. Both of us are great friends, and whoever ends up getting the role, I know they will do a great job. And whether or not if I'm not selected or if Junaid's not selected, I know both of us will continue to bring more people to PYF. Both of us will continue to do great things for the community and do our best to be involved. So yeah, thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Great words, and hope you all work together. Have a great team. We are there to support anyone and everyone, the whole team. So yeah, the voting link will be shared with you guys, and the voting link is open for 5 days, and hopefully we will send an announcement after that with the further process. All right, thank you everyone for joining. Thank you all. It was lovely having you guys here. Take care.